for Human Rights have lost an important Pretoria High Court application. They had asked the court to force the government and the City of Tshwane to allow waste pickers to continue working during this lockdown period. The organization wanted the City of Tshwane and government to allow over 200 waste pickers to continue collecting, sorting and selling waste. Joining us now on the line is Louise du Plessis, who are from, of course, Lawyers for Human Rights. Louise, thanks very much for your time. Welcome to Newsroom Africa. Perhaps we should start by trying to understand why you think it was important for waste pickers to be able to continue with their work during this period.
Well, I think in the first place, of course, people are extremely desperate, and especially for this group, like many other groups as well, but that they need to do this work to not only generate income for themselves, but also, for, of course, for those families that they support in other places.
Right. And I understand you've also written a letter of demand to the city. Can you take us through the contents of this letter and the kind of response, if any, you've received from that?
Yeah, what we've done is, of course, always like litigation, you write a letter of demand. So we've put the government and Tshwane on terms and asked them to allow the reclaimers to be included in the essential services, because that's what the dispute is about. And there was no response to that letter of demand, and then we had to go to court. In essence, the dispute is, are they essential services? Are they fall in that scope of essential services? And the argument of the municipality is, of course, no, they don't do. It's only the formal municipality workers or people who've got contracts with the municipality that falls in the scope of essential services. Right,
and it appears the court might actually agree with the municipality. They've turned down the application. Give us a reaction to that development if you can.
Well, we're extremely disappointed because, of course, we don't agree with the court. But our clients are not just only disappointed. We went yesterday to report back to them. They're also desperate, especially because of the uncertainty of how long this lockdown is going to last. And so for them, being without the income is a serious problem.
Right. I do wonder, though, Louise, I mean, from a strategy point of view, whether it might have been more worthwhile to try compel government to provide some form of relief for the waste pickers, as opposed to trying to have them declared as essential services workers. Give us an idea of where to from here.
There are groups, former groups who are representing more in Joburg, the reclaimers, who are engaging with government to try to get government to agree to that. But I think for many of the people that we represent in Tshwane, it will be a problem because some of them are not South African, so they won't qualify for that relief. It's an extra burden on these people in Tshwane. The way forward, we consider we need to go and appeal, and we'll take instructions from our clients in the next day or two.
All right. You also speak about the plight of some foreign nationals in the country. I understand that, there's a separate matter that you're also looking into, which involves the plight of foreign nationals who happen to own spaza shops. My understanding is that, according to some accounts, the SANDF are targeting some of these institutions. Take us through some of the recollections you've had from some people that you're representing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that issue is going up and down. In the sense of what governments sometimes say is not happening on the ground. So we will say, initially they said these disposal shops could stay open, but they were closing them. Not only closing them, there's like numbers of people that's been arrested as well because these disposal shops are open. Now there is new regulations out to say they will issue also permits. Only disposal shops with permits will be allowed to operate. And we are keeping our eye with our other coalition members to see how this is going to play out.
I mean, take us through also some of your, personal concerns insofar as the health of the waste pickers is concerned. I mean, I understand the city, for instance, had said that they're not actually able to provide PPE for them. So even if you were able to get them classified as essential workers, what happens in the event that, they don't have the necessary gear to be going through waste at this moment where we're dealing with a pandemic?
Well, the thing is, but what we also said in court, just before adults can make their own decision, of course, it's a requirement that they must have the PPE, then they must get it themselves. But what we've also done in the court application, we asked the court to limit their movement. So this won't be a carte blanche for reclaimers, to push their trolleys everywhere. This will only be on the days that they actually clear the dustbins for that area where they normally stay. Because in Tshwane, the groups, there's little informal settlements in the areas where they work. So their movements are quite limited. And the buyback companies come to them. So they don't need to go out to them as well. So the movement's already street. The dustbins are formally cleaned out.
All right. It seems like